first to move the mouse off the button.
Lovely.
Things are wonderful. Well, we're only 55 minutes late. It's not that fashionably late. Thanks, Mike.
Any of you hydrates?
Please don't do too many. I don't have my pitcher. I just have this.
I better get some more water then. That's what I'll do for the day.
What's this? Oh, I got notified that I'm live. Guys, can you believe it? Apparently I'm live.
You're live?
Nice.
I'm live.
You're live?
I'm live.
Fancy.
Not for long.
Okay. If you like watching the stream...
If you like watching, thank you for watching. But otherwise, hi, what are you doing here if you don't like watching? What's going on? Nice to meet you. My name's John.
Anyways. Since we're late. Sorry that we're late. But words. How is everyone today? That's you guys.
Saying you guys is not...
Shut up. As in the people who can hear me actively at this moment. Who
that does not help
Shut
at all.
up! Because I am live. I know. God damn it. It's been a week, Mike. I haven't streamed in a week. This is not my fault. I blame the butler.
Uh-huh. Rich people problems.
Yeah. Rich people problems. It's always Jeremy's fault, isn't it?
God damn it, Michael.
Isn't it a wonderful day and time?
Alright, so.
This is why we need the mix.
This is why we don't have nice things.
Oh, good. You didn't hear what I said.
No, I said it because of what you said.
Anyways, we're murdering things, right?
We are going to do things. I just have to quickly finish up by doing a thing. Ah, my back. I've been having back problems all day. I think I got like a knotted muscle or something.
You know what you need?
No.
I was going to give you advice.
Microsoft Paint.
I was saying I don't know what I need. What do I need, Mike?
You need one of those school chairs that you can like crack your back on.
Oh, I love those. It's not in that area though. It's like side. It's like above my hip, rib cage level.
Backcracker 9000 can't get it.
I'm saying
just adjust.
It's a muscle issue. At a different spot.
What if you just did it anyways?
That's a good question. Now, the answer to this question is amazingly complex. Which is why we're not going to explore it further.
We're very busy right now.
I am a human being who knows how to communicate. I'm great at communicating. Probably, maybe.
I too am a human who speaks human words.
Yes. Ah, that was a hilarious joke. Thanks for that, Hunter.
Oh, it's a riot.
It's not a joke, Isaac.
What's not a joke?
I mean, you worded it the right way.
Cancer's not a joke, Isaac.
What?
How dare you, Isaac?
Okay, let's just
Right, so
get him out of here. Oh, I did your stream. Alright, so.
I don't get close to him.
Why did you say poopy in my chat?
It's
All right. Also for the D&D streams, try something different. Which is I have 2 tabs open. I have my software streaming one of the tabs, which is just a overview of the map, so that I can mess with GM layer stuff on the other tab without the stream seeing it.
Clever.
Of course, right now it's still not gonna fully work. I'm gonna have to make it so that I can view from all your tokens for next session, so that I can set this view to player view so that it shows what you guys see. And then I won't have to be worried about the whole spoilers thing as the plot.
What? How much people stream D&D on Roll20? I'm surprised Roll20 hasn't made a button that DMs can just click to open a player view in a new tab.
D&D Beyond is more popular because it has a bunch of more interactive stuff.
Yeah, but it doesn't have a virtual tabletop yet.
That's actually, I thought they did. I thought they recently made one.
They're working on it.
Beta phases?
Last I heard, it had not been released yet.
Okay.
I think still alpha, but I could be wrong.
Okay. From what I thought, somebody said that they had a bunch of stuff already. Maybe I was wrong. Oh well.
They've got dice rolling. They've got the sheets and all that stuff, but they don't. At least last I heard, they don't have the actual virtual tabletop available. Well, once they do, I'm sure a lot of people will transition over.
Yeah, from what I hear, because Roll20 is great, but they have a lot of slow progress when it comes to working on a lot of big issues. The whole dynamic lighting thing was a big issue, because once it finally started working well, then they immediately were like, well, we're making an even better version. And for a second, that was like, oh, that'd be cool, make it run smoother, and then there were so many things wrong with it. And everybody was like, the older version was better. Yeah, like everybody I talked to agreed, and then you know what they did? They removed the older version and said anybody who uses this type of tool will be using the newer version, even though it's like super buggy still.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I could probably offer you a better program.
Do you know how to make
I said offer you. I didn't say anything about me personally making it.
Well, we were talking about D&D Beyond already. Okay, what program do you have in mind?
Give me a moment. It's on my list. It's a really good one that I've heard some good stuff about.
It's so good, I can't be bothered to remember the name.
They can testify. My memory's shit.
It really is. Right. But one thing I do like about Roll20 is the Character Mancer is really cool.
Yeah, but I mean, that's basically what D&D Beyond already had.
I haven't used D&D Beyond for making a character.
It's so fluid. As long as you own the books, of course.
But that's something I think it's getting a little bit more of a last chat thing, but I do want to make this point, which is the transition. I feel if people do make that transition, it's going to be really slow. Because
I don't think it is.
Oh, hear me out. Because not everybody has the money to be like, oh, I have all these books on Roll20. Let me move over to D&D Beyond and just pay for them again. So
I mean, fair for the people who paid for them on Roll20.
Yeah.
But a lot of people I know paid for them on D&D Beyond and are just using Roll20 because there's no better option.
Well, theoretically, I think now Steam has a bunch of like better options that are kind of like weird, but like they work, and I think they can be used for interesting stuff.
Not that are free to use that I've seen, but
yeah, that's the main issue. Is like anybody who wants to use it at all would have to, because if the DM just like did some stuff, then the players can see their side, and since this they can be great softwares, but they're $15, but everybody involved would have to buy that software.
Yeah, with like with D&D Beyond, if the DM buys the books, he can then share them with the players while they're in the campaign with him. So it's free to play for the players and basically one-time purchase for the DM.
Same on Roll20, but Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like those, as opposed to Steam.
Yeah. Oh, hey, look. I forgot to. I need to quickly grab something. It's Mealy over here. Ah.
Wow, that is some lag.
What? To the stream?
Nothing. Yeah.
Don't nothing me. Don't spare my feelings on something like this. You tell me honest truth when it comes to shit not working, Hunter. It's important. Yeah, I know. I forgot to plug my Ethernet cable back in. I'm doing that now. That's why things are lagging. We have good internet here, but not like that good. There we go. Now, stream's gonna have to reconnect, but this shouldn't be much of an issue. Oh, you look at that, an okay roll. Usually that doesn't come from you. That's odd.
Well, I mean, it came pretty well yesterday.
Yesterday, indeed. Wait. Oh, Thursday.
Yeah.
They were talking about my campaign, and I was like, I mean, you didn't roll that bad last session, but that was not yesterday. Slurping noises. I just gotta quickly. Why do you have no internet?
Yeah, Isaac, did you see what I sent you?
Maybe. What's that? Oh, that. I've heard of that.
Yeah, I recommend waiting until it goes on sale because I just purchased it. Purchased it.
Sorry?
But interesting. Anyways. Roll again. I want to see if you get a 10. Okay. You haven't broken it yet, so roll again.
you roll 1d whatever the dice is, and then exclamation point, and that'll roll an exploding dice.
Oh, all right.
Like that.
Let's see how I'm gonna do it right now. Let's see if it goes far at all. Unrecognized command. I thought I was just. Oh, there. Ah!
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, look at that.
I have a fun magic item in my game that's I think it was the Lancer's Dirk, and it's a +1 dagger, but it deals exploding damage. So it's a D4 that could potentially be a lot of D4s.
I see. That's useful because there's like some people like to do if you roll max damage, you roll another.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's see. Are the odds of this going even once are low, so I'm just gonna. Yep.
Yeah. Though on the 3D dice, 8 is an extra 20, so.
I was close. One more 8. One more 8. Oh, you got another 8, and now we got 2 12s in a row. Wait.
Welcome to the dice rolling stream.
Yes. Welcome. Well, I haven't streamed in like a week, so a lot of the people who watch my stuff aren't here because they're not, expecting things. Things haven't been scheduled as much.
Laugh, fuckers.
Anyways, I think I've given enough time to wait to see if anybody was going to come to watch. So I guess we'll just start. Man, my throat's killing me. Hey, the moisture in my throat will help me with voices. What's this? Alright. So, last we left off, Gelmith, that's the name. Last we left off, Gelmith and the rest of you slayed a beast, but Gelmith was the one to catch the heart of the beast. The thing you've all been looking for. And it exploded in his hands.
I didn't do it.
We needed that, right? Dolph, we needed that, right?
Yes, we needed that.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Take it off.
Oh, the fog hath thickened. And many of your friends seem to be not very present in the moment.
Oh, fuck. They all died.
It's hard to tell with all this fog.
Okay, whatever you do, don't fall into the well. I know that seems very tempting, but trust me, you do not want to fall in the well. What the fuck is grabbing my leg?
Get out of the well.
I'm not in the well, I'm next to the well. There's a fucking difference.
So tempted to see what happens if the Herald sticks a limb in there, but we'll leave that for another session.
Oh, I dare you. That's hard.
I think it might be a better idea if we start falling back.
What time is it?
It's like 3 in the morning. Sun will be rising soon, but it's also the most humid and foggy that it'll be.
Oh, it's dawn soon, you say. I have something that recharges at dawn.
Oh?
Still a few hours, though.
Unless if you guys want to do this Black Ops 2 style and fucking bunker down.
I don't know what that means, but regrouping and resupplying might not be a bad idea. There's nothing to say we can't do this another night.
The fourth wall more often. Fair. Yeah, do we see anything like trying to approach us creepily?
Did I just hear a high-pitched screeching noise in the background of somebody's microphone?
I heard it too, so I don't think it was me.
Well,
I didn't hear shit.
Probably you then.
Oh fuck!
It's usually how that kind of thing goes.
God damn it, you fucking children!
Who are you in the basement this time?
Fun fact, everyone. I'm connected to the internet. I have like 4 out of 5 bars, but I'm not connected to any Wi-Fi. And my Ethernet cable is reading no internet.
Fucking government.
What?
What? Sorry, I was talking to children. Anyhow.
I think I've got one more battle in me, but I also have some ideas as to how to better prepare if we do want to come back another night.
Yeah, fuck it. Let me see what my arm does. Use arm to cast Eldritch Blast.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, shit.
You cast Fireball on yourself.
Oh.
What happened to your arm?
You kept it in the leg or something.
Shut the fuck up. I'll use this on you. I'm not afraid to.
Well, it's force damage, so...
Ah, shit.
Cool.
What's the total?
9.
Alright, I'll describe what happened. By the way, hi Raven Kennedy. Thanks for stopping by. You hate to see it. Well, yeah, he's gonna hate to see it. So...
Oh, sorry, not 9. Check shit. I read it wrong.
You cast Eldritch Blast while your arm is still a bit saturated with magical energy. As you fire it, you take 15 force damage as it reverberates back at you and crushes your arm a little.
Well, at least I'll figure out if I can get more of me to join us.
That happened because of this fountain, you say?
I don't recommend sticking any part of you in it. And to be fair, I was knocked down in the heat of battle.
Can I put a stick inside of it?
No, I don't work. Okay.
A stick.
Oh, I
'Cause,
meant
you know-
something else.
Bro, you think I would say that? Cringe. So I dip it in for like, let's say like a few seconds. Does something happen?
Roll me a D100.
It becomes a wand.
Boopty boppty blah.
90.
Yeah, you pull it back out. Give me investigation or an arcana check.
Do Arcana. He's Magic Boy. 18.
18. Found it. Looking around it, doesn't seem like anything changed immediately, but it looks like some changes are slowly occurring. You're watching as small pieces of it begin to move and writhe around, change form. Some spots are suddenly budding into little mini branches, and at the very tip of it, roll me one last D100.
62.
You see the tip of the stick starts to take on a certain form. This form is that of a small mouth.
I don't recommend putting your anything in there.
But extra mouths are a good thing.
Put down the inventory that you now have sticky.
Does it talk?
No, it just infinitely screams.
It's just it's a screaming lizard.
Should I write down anything about it? Or?
No, not Screaming Lizard again.
Just put down that you have sticky.
Screaming Gecko.
I want to know what.
Sticky the stick.
Sticky the stick.
Oh.
You want to do something now?
I am playing a being of chaos. I'm gonna stick the tip of one of my tentacles in there.
If it works for you, I am gonna be fucking pissed.
The difference is he's organic. It takes a lot longer for special effects to occur to mineral.
I got enough blood on me from the orphans to count it as organic.
Mineral, you say. I dip my swords in.
Alright, so give me a con save, Mal.
Alrighty. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
Also, I feel like what we're doing is a crime.
Technically it is. Technically you are somewhat stealing from this magical pool, but so far nothing too much that it would be noticeable. At least at the moment. So let's see.
Cannonball.
What? No, please don't do that. Don't cannonball. That's not gonna go well. Alright. So.
Can I suplex one of the creatures into it?
They're gone. Alright, so, Mal. You did manage to beat the DC 18 con save. Which means you get to roll me a D100, but for something specific. And due to your physical nature and how all that works, I'm going to say you have a high chance of a positive outcome, unlike most would.
Sweet. Giggity.
Of course.
I mean, I'm already a tentacle monster. What more can happen?
Alright, let's see here. You are a tentacle monster. Based on that.
That shoots out mayonnaise.
Alright. Alright, I have an idea. So, I'm gonna dabble a little bit in narrating as I have an idea of what happens. Let me just get this wire out of... Where is this... What? Why is this wire so long? And why is it around my leg? Alright.
Not an Isaac stun tripping on acid.
So.
Cannonball.
You stick the tip of your tentacle in, and you feel for a moment, and slightly visibly see as a pulse of magical energy starts to go up your tentacle. And for a moment, it actually burns a little, and it goes to your head of, maybe this wasn't a good idea. But then you see something respond in your body. As this potentially dangerous magical energy courses up your, I want to say arm, but it's a tentacle, up your tentacle. You see a different something else in your body pulse back at it, hit it, and you watch as all of the magical energy that was going up your arm turns dark and black and begins to fade away. What?
Can I use my own knowledge of magic to try and harness it somehow and, like, draw it in?
Go ahead and first make me, like, whether you're proficient or not, give me an Arcana check, but with this specifically, you will be proficient.
I am already proficient.
Okay, then just, I'll say advantage.
Good thing. That's better.
16. Now, this isn't to do what you were just talking about, but it seems, in a weird way, when this happened, a magical energy coursed up, and you know that a certain being has an aspect of itself in you. And what you just saw was as this went up and threatened to be an energy that would cause something else to happen, the energy that's already inside of you canceled it out and essentially consumed it in a way. Took it into nothingness and is now using it. which you put down somewhere on your sheet, that you now have. What was the name I had for it? Decaying Touch.
8.
Ooh.
And now, though this would normally not work on things like aberrations, which are infused with magic and they sort of just are against this type of thing, now this touch that would normally just really work on normal things will also work on aberrations.
Awesome.
Which, as it has been enhanced. I'll give you more details of it in a direct message soon. But
Alright.
you have built up a tolerance for this magic as well, so next time you touch stuff like this, unless it's a long time submerged, which is kind of just a bad thing in general, not really a positive effect to get from there unless you're amazingly lucky, it won't affect you that much. So if you were to stick another tentacle into this, it would be like dipping your hand in really hot water. If you're quick about it, it's not really going to do anything.
No, my only other thought was to dip my cloak in it, but the Herald doesn't like taking their cloak off in front of other people, so maybe later.
Bathe.
Might come back.
I will let you know that you, based on what you've heard, you know that wouldn't go well. Because this is specifically designed to melt down magic items.
Okay, fair enough.
So, Hunter, you die.
So yeah, that cannonball.
I'm joking.
Cannonball.
Do you really cannonball?
Only if the outcome is either cool, hilarious, or coolly hilarious.
I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen.
Since I already have my tentacles out, can I like just catch him and pull him back out?
Oh, he has a death wish.
Are you gonna fight against this, Redacted?
I mean, I am 300 pounds. I would love to see you try.
I think I could drag him out. I don't know if I could actually catch him, so he would probably at least splash in.
If you're trying to grab me, I think you're coming with me.
Let's see. You can give me an athletics check to just forcefully pull him out.
Well, here goes nothing.
Can I roll athletics just to see how gracefully I can land in the water?
It's not
The
water.
Nope. I tried.
Alright. I need a disadvantage con save from you, Hunter, if you cannonball in.
Harold tried to grab him, but
splash-
clearly underestimated the weight.
Hold on. See if
They said it was an 18 con save. Jeez.
How's that for a positive or...
the lowest is a 15. Or, sorry, 17.
You did not make the DC. Not to
I
mention,
won.
another aspect was it'd still be a chance of something bad happening even if you did succeed. It was just more likely for a being like the Herald.
Shit, I ran where was... Fuck, my helmet! Shit!
So, you failed to save, and you've just cannonballed into Molten Magic, which I said was specifically designed to melt down magical objects.
I mean,
Is it okay to like duck for cover so I don't get hit by the splash?
Does Warforged count as a magical object?
A little. Like, I'm not gonna say he immediately melts down or anything, but, like, this is gonna fucking hurt, bud.
Isaac, you already said?
Oh, what did you say? Can you duck
Can I,
down
like,
to
duck-
avoid the splash?
Yeah, so yeah, don't get hit by it.
Go ahead.
Magically.
Well, I've made some regrets tonight, and God, this is a deep pain.
Wow, look at that. You only take 16 damage.
This is a deep pain still.
Are you going to stay in there?
No, I'm getting out.
Okay, I have to make sure.
I forgot to take off my helmet.
I forgot to take off my helmet. Jumps back in.
Literally, the only part I forgot to take off was my helmet.
So we're heading back to rest and restock and everything after this, right?
Yep, nothing bad will ever happen to this, and I am pretty sure I'm not going to regret this later on tonight.
Then I have one more thing I'd like to do before we leave.
Oh.
We've drawn some magic out of this well. I think it's only fair to replenish it. I'd like to summon an aberration in the middle of the well and just let the well consume it. Because that totally won't go bad for anybody.
I mean, technically that's what this already is, so it would work.
So yeah, the Herald's just gonna do that before we leave.
Just so that nobody's like, we're missing magic here. Hey! Who took from the reserve? Alright, so.
Oh, it's less that and more just adding eldritch energy to something that didn't necessarily otherwise have it. And if it has an effect, cool. If it doesn't have an effect, oh well.
I mean, hey, only one way to really find out.
Exactly.
Alright, so, Mal. I might change it a bit later, like a little bit, but essentially what you have is from this, you have, you know how there's abilities that say when you have something grappled or when you are grappled?
Mm-hmm.
When grappled or grappling a hostile creature, somebody you consider hostile, they'll passively take some damage. I'll give you the specifics on that part later. But also you have a free casting of inflict wounds. It's still just at like first level. It could be improved down the line, but the special note to it is that it bypasses resistances and treats immunity as resistance.
So I already have a free casting of inflict wounds once per day. Can I just increase the number of times I can do that?
Yeah, so if you already have one free casting from something else, you'll have 2 free castings.
Awesome.
Motherfucker, I'm going to eat you alive, and I do it for free.
Yeah, no, I think I took that as my level 1 spell for the Shadow Touched feat.
Buzz?
Yup, inflict wounds.
But yes, when it comes to a necrotic damage spell that's delivered specifically through touch, it may, depending on how it works, have a similar property of bypassing resistance.
Good to know.
So I don't know too many touch necrotic spells, but essentially, the whole style is the magic that you touched fused with the decaying energy that was inside of you, and now you have an enhanced touch of decay.
Awesome.
Everything will fall eventually, because even things that are immune will feel this hurt.
I've became colder. Sorry, that was outside of game.
Oh, I need to move this map back to where it was.
Oh, yeah.
There we are. You get out of there. Alright, so you all head back to wherever you wish to rest?
Yep.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright, your all sleep schedules are fucked. So, you all go back to wherever it is you stay. Where does Mal stay for resting?
Where does any of us stay?
Yeah.
Is there like a park in the city somewhere?
Yeah, on the bottom floor, there's a big public area.
Does it have a lake or a stream in it?
It has a fountain.
Cut them all!
Is there like a river or a stream close outside of town then?
Close outside of town? Yeah, definitely.
Alright, the Herald would spend the night at the bottom of the river then.
Take it from me, you don't want to do that. There's some big ass fish in that lake.
So I get dinner too, got it.
Like, we're talking about yayish big.
You're not wrong. Some fish, as they pass by you, do die due to your now radiating decay.
Oh yeah, that would be a concern too.
You might just kill a whole ecosystem.
So the fishermen in the morning will have some interesting stories to tell.
Like, so just imagine, like, oh, something's on the hook. Harold comes out, cuts line.
I was more just thinking them coming out to fish and just seeing like a layer of dead fish on the surface of the water.
That too, but like, who's throwing dynamite?
It's illegal or something.
Hmm. So, Gilmith, where do you stay for the night?
On a roof. Just like an inn or something.
And Hunter?
Could I sleep in the park? Could I just be in one of the trees?
There aren't really trees necessarily.
What are they?
Or like a flat area, bit marbled ground. It's the type of park where you go to run around, look at stuff, just chat. Not like a full on.
So you're telling me, even in one of those parks, there's not a tree?
I mean, in some areas nearby there are trees, but not in the park itself. It's like a fine kept. This is our city.
If there are trees, they're probably the ones that are like barely 8 feet tall.
I am gonna go in and climb the tree.
So, only one person has opted to sleep in the safe protection of a home. Harold, I'm not that worried about. I feel like right now he'd probably be repelling enemies.
And I don't sleep, so if anything does happen, I can evade or respond accordingly.
Warforges don't technically sleep either.
Yeah, but you still go inactive for 4 hours. I don't even do that.
No, I can still be active.
They're technically still conscious and aware. They can technically, when they sleep, Warforged, they're still aware of their surroundings. It's just that they're not moving. I'm pretty sure it's described as they go into like a sleep mode, where their eyes still work, but they power down a little bit.
Yeah, but with mine, I can actually take light activity for the full 8 hours.
That's pretty cool.
It's an amazing invocation.
Just like, I've been playing ball with my dog for the past 9 hours. I feel great. Alright, so.
If I could spend 8 hours reading and have the equivalent of a full night's rest in real life, that would be a dream come true.
That would be awesome. I wish I could feel rested by not sleeping. Anyways, the next day rolls by. You all rest. Except for Hunter, I need a D100 roll.
Oh no, why?
Because it's night in a city where you know horrifying creatures roam, attacking anything it sees.
That's why I'm in the tree!
They can fly!
They can fly! Give me a stealth check, because something does come by. This time.
That's good.
I'll get you next time, you son of a bitch.
Give me some cool abilities, fucker.
I threaten your response. Give me some cool stuff. Alright, so. Everybody rests, no issue. Mal, if any aberrations approach, I think they're already satisfied with the dead fish above you that they'll just eat instead. They don't.
I imagine it's a case of either they don't want to mess with me or they're more interested in having a conversation.
The first 3 just eat the fish and leave, and then a 4th one's like, "Hey, bro, you know the meaning of life?" All right, so.
No, but I know the meaning of death.
that got me more than it should have, but I love that. Okay, so the next day arrives. Do you all meet up, or do you have things that you would like to do instead? I do have plans.
If anybody's meeting me up at the tree, I'm just gonna fall out of it, land on my face. Nailed it! Get back up.
I think we need to meet up and see the doctor, because even if we didn't get the main thing we were looking for, we still got other pieces that we can hand off to him.
He did say he was going to investigate something.
Let's go investigate it.
Well, do we know where he's at?
His lab is always in the same place. He does all his work there. He plans to go on an expedition in like a week and a half, though.
Isn't it only a week until the tournament?
A day has passed, so 6 days until the tournament, but that only takes like 3 days.
Okay, so we can do that, and then if we do want to do that, and then still potentially accompany him.
He usually goes on solo expeditions, but you could talk to him because from what he said, his expeditions get a little crazy. But do you all wish to go to his lab?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why do I have cheese?
Seems like the logical meeting point at the very least.
All right.
Fuck's sakes. I got cheese.
You take the
Hey
tramway.
guys, do you want cheese?
Somebody roll me a D100.
Me. Oh shit. I might have killed us.
The tram explodes. No, I'm just kidding. So
Good thing I could fly over it.
I would like everybody to give me perception checks.
Oh, you
sure.
son of a fuck.
I can roll a d20 for you, sure.
Well, my past perception is 11. I got a 9. I got a 6.
Hunter.
My passive perception's a 10. I got a 9.
Yeah. Fucking, I'm just gonna roll. 15.
Hey!
Any bonuses to
Well,
that?
someone can see.
I don't know what perception is.
Wisdom.
Fish brain. Wisdom. Oh, 16.
Yay.
What's that?
Yay. Get fucked.
Keep in mind, your bonus isn't that great.
I know, but still.
Alright, Hunter.
Wah.
I'm going to say Redacted overhears a little bit of chitter chatter, but not much. It's hard to hear. But you hear some people saying something, and essentially the words you pick up are old artifact, desert, that kind of thing. You're hearing bits and pieces. All you hear is something about an old artifact and something about a desert.
Something artifact desert.
Yep. And that's all you'll get with a 16.
Do I know where the direction is?
Of what? The desert?
Of the conversation.
With a 16, you'll say, yeah, you can kind of tell where it's coming from.
Wait, who said something about a desert? I have a cousin that lives there.
Roll me deception.
Oh, would that be mad?
What the fuck? But you have a minus to charisma, right?
It's a 16!
Alright, 1 second.
Yeah, that was me.
Can you tell me more? I'm kind of curious.
Afraid not. It's been a bit of a secret.
Well, you should have been saying it in public.
Well, I gotta talk to my friend about where we're going, don't I?
Right.
Fair.
We're friends.
You don't have friends?
Oh, I'm there.
Oh, I mean, that's a fair point.
Listen here, you son of a bitch.
I was just saying that.
I mean, you can be. You could be on the same tram. You don't have to be, though.
I think I kind of already said I was flying there anyways.
Fair.
Can I be on top of the
Bust out
tram?
these new ones.
Sure, you can be on top of the tram and be like, so it's not really your issue. Just neat, I guess. What's that in the window?
A spear.
Black streak goes.
I don't think it's a
passes
spear.
by.
It looks like it's wiggling in the wind a little. It's probably just some
Tentacle
trash.
Swamp gas.
Like, Yeah, it was probably just trash. It got picked up in the wind. It looked a little weird, you know. Could have sworn it was like fleshy or something. Oh well.
You need sleep.
Yeah, probably. I've been pulling all-nighters, researching this.
Ah, interesting.
You said you have a cousin from the desert?
Yeah.
How does
Tim
that
Jose.
work?
What do you mean?
I mean, are we talking like, I don't want to be racist or anything, but
Pick
like,
the next words very carefully, Carbon.
I don't want to be. I'm not
That is-
racist, but
That is the sentence that never. That is the beginning of a sentence that never ends well.
give me an intimidation check, Hunter. Oh, what was that noise? Thanks, Dusty. Isaac, I'm in your house. I think I heard you guys get here. Yeah, it's nice to have you. 10. What's your bonus to intimidation? Just a minus?
Intimidation. Intimidation.
is it strength based? No.
It's actually a 2.
Oh,
Sorry,
so you got a 12 total.
Yep.
Right.
Because I'm proficient in that.
Wait. Now, it's just like, what do you mean by cousin?
Oh yeah, see, he was in the same unit as I. He's a weird lad.
Well, that's
Okay, yeah, he's
interesting
tall,
and all,
has a
but
fake obviously fake mustache.
that's interesting and all. But you know, this is kind of a bit of a secret, so I'd appreciate if you didn't tell anybody or anything like that.
Trust me. You wouldn't have known if I did.
Well, kind of rude, but all right, I guess.
Do I look like I know emotion?
Is this a trick question?
Huh?
Is this a trick? You just told me not to be racist. I feel like this is a trick question.
It passed.
Anyways, I'm gonna go back over there.
Alright, fine, I'll stand here.
you like step in between them or some shit. Like,
I just glare.
he's gonna take them to the other side of the tram cart.
Follows.
My glowing eyes are just sucked back just enough to make it seem like every single time one of them looks at me, it seems like I'm actually looking at that one in particular.
So anytime one of them looks at you, you look right at them.
Well, like those like paintings. I'm imagining what you're saying. Like not like these like sculptures that like always seem like they're looking at you.
Yeah, I know, that's what I was imagining. Do you get closer to them, or do you stay where you were?
I slowly creep up closer.
Give me another perception check and also a stealth check. Actually, stealth check first.
Ow.
What's your bonus to stealth?
Probably not good.
Big clunky robot. Also, I think he has disadvantage because of the armor thing.
Stealth? Nothing.
They noticed you getting closer and just like, can you not?
Sorry, I'm not used to the tram.
I slipped.
As
you hear him clonking towards them.
Sure. I can understand that. I guess. You new to the city?
I think I came in town. How long have I been in this town?
You guys have been here a few weeks.
I've been here off and on a few weeks. I really don't use the tram that often.
I mean, you kind of have to use the tram. What do you normally use to get around?
Gravity.
Boats.
Gravity. Like, how do you go up?
On gravity.
Friction.
Anti-gravity.
Okay. Anyways, we're having
if
a
you think about
private
it,
conversation.
gravity and friction are how people get around.
Anyways, we're having a private conversation, and this is our stop. It stops on the platform where you go to send mail, receive mail, and like talk to guilds. Communication platform.
This is my stop too.
Yes. Have fun with that.
They begin to walk off. Do you follow, or do you keep going to the lab?
I keep going to the lab.
All right.
As they're getting off, can I whisper something in my coat pocket? The targets are getting off the tram. I repeat, the targets are getting off the tram.
Do you say it loud enough for them to hear?
Yes.
Roll me deception.
Oh,
That's amazing. That's a modified 0, isn't it?
So either I failed so badly I did well, or I did so well I failed badly.
Well, they didn't roll in that one, so you pull into your jacking and go, targets are getting off the train. I repeat, the targets are getting off the train. And they go, the fuck? What's in your coat? Who are you talking to?
Nunya?
Also, who's Nunya?
Captain Nunya, you didn't heard of him?
You know what? Have a wonderful day. You look like you have a very eccentric mind. I'm gonna leave you to that.
pat.
Hopefully you have a safe day.
Yeah, like I said, please, just a little bit of private business, don't help.
Teleport in front of them.
Do you? Can you?
Do I notice this going on once the tram
yeah,
stops?
because I'll allow it. Is you are on top of the tram, and when they turn around to talk to them, they look up and go, "What the fuck?"
Well, rather than that, as I see this confrontation happening, can I Misty step behind them?
Yes, go ahead. They're like, what? They're like, huh? I thought I saw something on the tram. Anyways, this is none of your business, I'm afraid. But it's okay. You're new to the city. You're curious. That's all fine. Just personal business. Anyways, and they turn around with their friend.
Roll intimidation.
Yeah, roll
Is
the
everything
advantage
all right
intimidation. Roll intimidation, but with advantage.
Okay.
You're really proficient in intimidation.
I have expertise in intimidation. No, I don't. I just have high charisma. I'm thinking of a different character.
And they
That's the character I
roll
have
really
on Sundays
bad
that has
to.
expertise.
They roll really bad to try and stay confident. And you're like, yeah, everything's fine. Me and my friend are just, heading to the post office. Excuse me.
Just kind of looks at the two of them, looks at Gelmith and asks, "Everything all right here?"
How'd I get here? I wasn't here. What the heck?
Not Gelmith.
Redacted.
Brain names
Redacted.
redacted. Yeah. The Herald's asking you if everything's all right here, since they only caught the tail end of this.
Don't worry about it. Nothing too bad. Nothing too bad. I'll find out their secrets one way or another. Anyhow, let's go.
What?
Very well then. And
What?
just to screw with these guys, the Herald's going to turn invisible before falling redacted.
I like to think for comedy's sake, the door just closes on them. So I have to go back on the tram. Well, frick.
So like, what the fuck? Actually, that did all happen. Is they've been standing right outside the tram. They got scared by you, Redacted. Do you back up when they take steps backwards?
I don't know if I should or not.
I mean, it doesn't change too much.
Yeah, I'll back up a little bit.
All right. And they're like, oh, what the fuck? Where'd they go? All right. Anyways. All right, Fred. Let's get to the. And then the door closes. One on the outside, one on the inside. God.
Not my response. Possibility.
Ah! Well, I guess I'm going for the fucking loop. And it continues. He sits down in the corner, very jumpy. Like, where the fuck did that squid guy go?
Just reform in front of him.
All right.
Sorry, what was that? What was the last part?
Reform in front of him.
They're sitting down in the corner of the tram. They got separated. The door closed between the two of them. So one's on the outside on the platform, while the other one has to go on another loop through the tram. He sat down in the corner and is like very jumpy. You could visibly patting his arm in nervousness, looking around, and you hear him mutter is like, "The fuck did that squid guy go?"
The Herald's just gonna keep up the invisibility and for the full hour or until we get to the lab. So
Alright.
I'll just be like on the inside of the roof of the tram.
You're like above this guy secretly, just like entertaining.
You know what the best part about this
Occasionally,
is?
we would spring his feet, nothing's in his ear.
And it's like, you know what the best part is?
What?
I have a spare helmet. I have Mei-chan.
Where do you have a spare helmet from?
One of my suits of armor.
Well, it's not gonna be another magic one. You only have one of the red eye ones.
I don't give a fuck if it's magical or not. I'm using this to try to fool the man.
Alright, so the next stop is your stop. Do you get off?
Yes.
Mal.
Yep, I will follow.
Alright.
The Herald
Do you
had their
reform
fun.
in front of him?
No, I'll stay invisible for the full hour until I have a reason to drop it.
Oh, you motherfucker. You could scare the shit out of him.
You're already a little scarred. Why make it
Yeah.
worse? You want him to die?
Floating bucket.
As the clip I linked says, if I wanted to hurt anyone there, I would have done so already.
Indeed.
Harold was just having fun.
Anyways, going towards the lab,
I'm just there talking to the guy.
you can see there's actually some strange ribbons across the door.
Oh boy, he's having goody times. Let's not go in there.
Talk about the front door
Are
to the
they-
entire building.
Are they
they're all
yellow and
having goody
black?
times. Oh no!
Are they yellow and black and say "Do not cross"?
Maybe.
This one is gonna have a sock on it.
Isaac.
Is
Alright, so, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Does one of them have a sock on it?
No.
Oh, now it does.
do we see Gelmith there?
Gelmith, would you have headed here already?
I imagine I'd be inside just talking to the guy already. Also, something might changes about that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
So, Gelmith, sure, you're already inside. The ribbons across the door don't say "do not cross," but they are a flare of red and black. One ribbon, top left to bottom right, is red, and the opposite diagonal is black.
Okay, I was worried it was police tape and we were kind of come inside and he was just going to be like a pile of mush.
You could give me a history check if you want to see if this means anything to you.
Sure.
Nerd. History. That'd be a +1. 14.
16 for me.
Alright, so, Mao. You think you remember something about how this pattern on a door sort of just means it's not really, you're not too certain. You can't remember too many details, but something about, that means something has happened here. It's not like a active things going on, but more of you need to talk to somebody about your shit.
All right. Let's find the professor to talk to about shit then.
Let's talk to him about our shit. It's been weird lately. All right. So, heading in, you can see there's a bunch of various like people from the lab who are just walking around. You see they're like checking various things, like they have cabinets behind the desk and they're looking through them and stuff like that. See Dr. K is out looking around, tapping and thinking, lost a little bit in thought. Gelmith, would you be helping out with whatever they're doing, or would you be waiting for your friends?
I imagine I was just talking to him, just like what we just did last night.
Okay. Anyways, then.
Anyway, so you know, Crocodile guy.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, he vanished.
What?
I have no clue where he is.
Just gone.
Yeah.
How's that work?
Fog. Might have fallen off the edge. Did not look for him. It was too dark.
All right, I guess.
He's probably fine. He looked like a strong type.
So Mao, Thao approaches. You're still invisible. So he does not turn and say hi.
We'll psychically alert them by saying we have arrived.
Still a little weird.
Still invisible though.
I've seen and heard some weird stuff. It's still just like weird to experience it in an everyday situation. Oh well. So, I kind of want to wait for Hunter. How is everybody?
You asking us or the chat?
You guys, when it comes to yeah, both really.
Did I close Twitch?
I'm trying to get my sleep schedule back in line because I'm starting work up again finally. So tired because I'm still in the process of trying to get it sorted out.
And how does that make you feel?
Tired because I'm still in the process of getting it sorted out.
And what does that mean to you?
It means that I should sleep more or less. Not sure which.
As an illegal psychiatrist, I prescribe you all the wrong meds. You know, you need to sleep better. I'm just gonna give you some meth.
Just wonders for your teeth too.
And for safety, a little bit of coke.
But I should take them with alcohol, right?
Only if you're looking for a fun time. Anybody who ever watches this, please don't do that.
Right.
It leads to horrible things.
I mean, it's awful.
Unless your
Don't
definition
do
of a
that.
fun time is your kidneys shutting down.
Taking stimulants and depressants at the same time is never a good idea.
Especially, yeah. Right,
even discounting
depressant.
whether they're legal or not. It's just a bad idea to mix the two.
This is true.
Now that said, I actually, in my Saturday campaign recently, one of the subplots that they've found a hook for is a drug ring, and the drug is called Heaven and Hell, and it's basically a combination stimulant and hallucinogen that's has incredibly high highs and incredibly low lows.
So either
Needless
you're in
to say,
heaven or
it's
hell.
causing a lot of problems. Yes, that's why it's called that because
Hey, I got my burger.
the extremes make it all that much more addictive.
Like a burger.
It's like gambling.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah,
Hunter, you heard about the ribbon, right?
I heard a little bit about the ribbon before I had to go grab my burger.
Black and red ribbons across the door. Mal made a history check and found that usually means there's some sort of like you need to check in with somebody because something happened here, but wasn't really sure what it meant. All the scientists and people who work at the lab are like searching around the front room, checking all the filing cabinets and such. Gelmith standing next to Dr. K, who's like currently in thought, tapping his foot. Mal spoke in his head, and it weirded him out a little bit because he wasn't expecting it this time, because he's invisible. And you approach. We waited a little bit for you. Do you have anything to say?
I got a burger.
You can eat?
Oh, good burger. Give me a moment.
Can you even... Can you taste?
Damn it, I'm
He
really
said-
talking about burger.
He suddenly stopped for it on the way here. I didn't ask any questions.
Hey, how you want to spend your money is up to you, I guess.
It's a good burger.
Looks like a good burger, yeah.
It's a
It
really
better
good
be. It
burger.
cost him like 50 gold. No, I'm joking.
Alright, Hunter,
It cost him
50
all
gold.
his money. It cost him an arm and a leg.
Literally.
I really have to like this.
Alright.
And everyone else at home gets
Number
to hear it too.
1, chew with your mouth closed. Number 2, why are you taking such giant bites that you can barely breathe?
He's gonna start choking on
I'm
his
not gonna
burger.
sit here and lie. Imagine having a Popeye's biscuit with no drink, but there's meat in the middle of it.
Okay. So, get some fucking water.
I don't have anything to drink the burger with.
Get a
You gotta-
water!
The
Lucas,
water
you can
doesn't
just
go
put
good
this
with the
thing.
burger.
Water goes with fucking everything. It's a burger.
does.
Don't get ice water. Ice water doesn't go with a burger, so you get just like slightly chill water.
True. Anyways, the heart exploded.
In my head right now.
Oh, so what happened?
I'm going to beat the shit out of you, Hunter. Stop shoving it in your mouth so fast. I know you're used to throwing meat down really quickly, but like, not here, man.
Hey, look, some of us had to make a living, damn it.
Alright, so I moved him out.
Fair.
He was smacking loudly, and he's gonna come back. I'm just gonna
Anyway, so
apparently somebody broke in last night. Went home, went to sleep for like the first time in like 3 years, and immediately somebody broke in.
That's not good.
No, it's
That
not
is
good.
rather convenient timing.
Yeah.
were they waiting for this?
Well, I don't fucking know. Things happen by chance sometimes. It might be that means that for the first time somebody just wasn't in the lab. Because usually people leave at night. Usually the doors are locked. Apparently they weren't last night. At least it looks like they weren't locked.
Do you think it was
Did they use
planned?
like magic to open it, or just beat it open?
Maybe. I'm not really... My specialty is working with magic, not really diagnosing it. The only magic I could diagnose is that of a dead carcass.
Perhaps
Yep.
just the
So what
parent.
Your
did you
runes
do?
could not help that.
Perhaps it's just the paranoia of knowing creatures that will literally eat anything that shows weakness, but is it possible this was an inside job?
I mean, if it was a pretty shitty inside job. No, so far we haven't found anything's missing. We just found that the door was open in the middle of the night, and only one thing so far. Actually, one thing was missing.
Monster?
My goddamn lunch! Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute.
That smell. It smells exactly like my burger.
That'd be hilarious. Somehow Redacted just stole his lunch.
I mean,
Nah,
he was hungry last night.
Nah, that's probably just one of my asshole coworkers. They eat my lunch all the time. Just odd, because it's like really gross. I started taking it as a challenge. Like, what are they going to eat? Man, I've gotten them eat some weird shit. The other day, I had a meatball sub, but instead of meatballs, I put in like the eyeballs of a dog. Not
That
real
sounds
ones.
delicious.
Not a real
Don't take
one.
offense to this.
Like an aberrant dog, like one of the small ones that I encounter on my expeditions. They still fucking ate it. In fact, the other day they actually left a note, and this caught me off guard. They left a note that said, "What's the next challenge?"
Have you ever tried guacamole but replaced the avocado with wasabi?
He writes that down.
Oh, fuck. Well, I'm not responsible for their death.
Alright, so, we're currently searching around to see if anything's missing, any signs of something being moved, taken, that kind of stuff. If you wish, you can help out. But I do have something I want to talk to you guys about.
Okay. What is it?
My next expedition, it's a little bit more dangerous than usual. Well, not really, but it's a little bit more interesting. Not as in I'm going to encounter something that's more deadly than I usually encounter, but more like I expect overall I'm going to encounter more things. I'm going to a very harsh and hostile environment.
The desert?
The sewers.
The Far Realm.
New Jersey.
The fuck is the Far Realm?
Anything that isn't reality, basically.
Well, that sounds like
Roll
some...
44.
So anything that isn't.
So, Paradox, got it.
Oh,
Points over to Hunter, to Redacted. Goes, how did you know?
On which one? I said like 3 answers.
The desert.
Wait, so we're
Oh,
going
I
to
heard
New
a bunch
Jersey?
of people talk about it.
Oh.
Talked about an artifact.
Well, that's concerning.
Oh, trust me, I tried to get more info.
They were headed to the post office, I believe.
Well, that's concerning. Hey, I'm gonna check something real quick. Do you guys
Team
follow him?
circle,
He's going to
hammer.
his office.
We could stop them.
Yeah, we'll follow.
Like, you pull out the hammer and say we could stop him, and he looks and he's like, "Oh, I mean, if you don't think you spooked them at all, I mean, if they actually did steal from
He
me,
slowly puts the hammer away after he says that.
all right,
Oh no, they are pants-wettingly terrified.
well then they probably already left if they did steal. But we're gonna check something real quick. Hey,
One of them did have to ride the tram through the full loop, though.
At this point, they probably would still be on the tram. Imagine it.
I think they've probably already gone through the loop at this point, but that is helpful. That could slow them down. We might be able to find them.
We could persuade them with cheeseburgers.
If you could, like, give a description.
Or by letting them keep their limbs.
What?
Oh yeah, kneecaps could also
He
do well.
hands Mal and Hunter a piece of paper and, like, he looks at Hunter like, "Can you try and sketch them?" And looks at Mal and goes, "I don't know if you're capable of trying to sketch them, but if you can, that'd be great.
Can I just cast minor illusion and make a little image of them appear floating in midair?
Yeah. Oh, that's very helpful. I'll memorize that face. Anyways, he walks into his office.
Which coincidentally does cancel my invisibility because it's casting a spell.
Ah.
Yeah.
Alright, so he goes into his office.
Calamari.
He goes into his office and he pulls out a folder. He opens it up. Like, oh, guess I found what they stole.
Oh, what did they steal? Was it hentai? Tax returns?
We have issues.
Hentai of people doing tax returns?
That is either existed or is now going to be made because you said that. I hope you realize that. Fuck, why was I already pinged? Ah, fuck, it's already made.
Alright. So, that weird conversation
I'm just
aside.
in that mood tonight.
I'm gonna save that file.
Well, hey, things are fun. So, anyways, it seems they stole some of my papers on what my next expedition was going to be. And by that, I mean he, like, pulls out the papers. They're all there, but you see, like, small signs of scraping along the top.
Copying it?
So they probably copy and paste.
Control-C, Control-V.
Oh, based on this, I'd say they did something to make a copy, yeah. Whether they used, like, a tool and applied ink or some shite, so I don't know.
They probably use silly putty.
But then you're gonna have to look at it in the mirror.
I mean, it would be very secure.
Kinda, I guess.
Silly putty is a lot more dangerous when you start using governmental secrets involved.
This is serious, buddy.
So what is this paper he's showing us?
C4.
So, the paper he's showing you? Its paper is essentially just a summary of some research he's done. Nothing too specific, but it says he's going into the desert. It says, like, a general area. It's, like, towards the center of the desert. He believes that deep down, there is a potentially, like, a hidden room based on, like, things he's talked to. He says he's managed to communicate with certain aberrations that are a bit more on the intelligent side. And they said that they've seen crazy things happening there. As in, a lot of monsters, like aberrations and stuff like that, seem to flood that area and fuck around with it. So Dr. K, knowing what attracts aberrations, took that information, the fact that, like, intelligent ones didn't fully understand what's going on there, and thinks that that means there's something buried there that would be having a strong presence. It's also, he talks about how interesting it was to encounter intelligent aberrations, because that's not a very common thing. And that it was a shame that he had to kill them.
Ah, yes. When you can't understand it, murder it.
No, based on the report, they tried to eat him.
Ah, yes.
Mind flayers.
Government.
Mind flayer governments?
But yeah, there's some crazy beings in this world. You guys haven't encountered too many of the really interesting ones, but, like, there's ones that are made out of half, like, planar energy.
That shout out flaming turds. I don't want to hear shit.
But right, just a little note is that as to why he had no idea what the Far Elm is I did note, I don't know if you remember, is that most people, and your character specifically would, Mal, but, like, most people don't know other planes are a thing. As far as you know, like, even intelligent wizards and stuff like that don't really know about another plane other than the ethereal plane.
Alright.
So even, like, wizards who have figured out the spell plane shift, the only place they know they can go is, like, the deep ethereal.
That would fit with the response I gave him, so. Like, everything that isn't.
Everything that isn't? Is. What?
That's the far out.
Pretty far out there, brow. Alright. So, So is everybody reading this paper or just you, Gilmith?
What's up?
Anybody else want to look and see what's on the paper?
I'll look and see what's on the paper while eating a cheeseburger.
Everything I've already said, plus Gelmith and Hunter, roll me investigation checks.
Does blind sight help me with this?
Gonna go with no.
Dang it.
What's on investigation again?
Can I cast guidance on one of them? Since
sure.
I'm not actively looking.
I got an 18.
I'll allow it.
18 bitches, I win.
Can I give it to the one that rolled
And it's
higher
legal.
since they already rolled?
Sure, I'll
I already
allow
rolled
it.
2. Technically, but
So Hunter, go and roll a d4 and add it.
Son of a fuck.
As
Dude,
you
dirty 20.
as you make a 20, you're looking at it and you see everything that I already mentioned, somewhere in the desert, stuff like that. But like you're reading it again, you start to realize when he said this, is he thinks something might be buried there. You think about it for a second. And you read over it one more time, and he puts some details down about the desert, and just some interesting notes that you realize in your head is like, one, based on most known things, and this is something that other people have realized, but like you're not exactly well knowledged of the world, like you haven't gone around much, you mainly stuck in the one cold place, is that the desert is weirdly hot. So in a way of like, it's in a part of the world where you'd think it'd be colder, but it's hotter. That, well, most people would say, in hot environments, sometimes digging down to get to the cooler sand is actually the further down, he notes, is the further down you go, the hotter it gets very quickly. They're just thinking, it's like, that's a bit odd. And then there's also you feel like from what he said that he thinks this is fairly deep down and that this artifact has some strange effect. You read over a part where he was talking about how it attracted them, and reading over it, you think he was kind of implicating in a weird way, because only he's meant to read this usually, is that it's having an actual physical attraction as well, as when aberrations go near it, they start to like be pulled towards it physically.
Okay, so
do I know any of this, or
That's what he picked up on these things with his investigation check. Those small details.
three things I'm starting to see that don't make fucking sense. When you dig down, it's supposed to be cooler in the desert. I mean, granted, I'm not the betrayals of the ice god, like the fire dojo. Oh god, hopefully I don't run by X. 2, I think this thing might be some form of magnet by a certain point, both figuratively and literally. And 3, why does it have to be a desert?
He pulls the paper back and it's like, I see you're a little bit more perceptive than I thought.
Look, the second I see desert, I have to be perceptive. Those bitches know what they did. And she knows what she did.
What the fuck? Do you need a moment?
No. I'm just doing a little burger.
I've never been to the desert, but I look forward to it. From all the descriptions I've heard, it sounds like a glorious wasteland.
Endless valleys of sand. It's pretty crazy out there. But
blissful nothingness.
I mean, aside from the things in the sand, above the sand, and that are sand.
The bitch in the sand.
Yeah, that can be corrected.
Damn. Like your spirit.
She loved me.
What the fuck? It sounds like you have some issues you need to resolve.
Look, it wasn't my proudest flap, okay? Or however you say it.
What the fuck? As he's about to finish that sentence, somebody knocks on the door. He's like, thank God. Literally anybody else opens the door, goes, fuck! And it's like, somebody else walks in. They seem like, they're like a high elf. When they walk in, they've got, just normal average clothes, but they have a little bit of what seems like trinkets on them. Like stopwatch style stuff. They come in and say,
Uh-oh.
I heard this place got sorry. I heard this place got broken into. Missing anything important? No, not at all. Not at all. Please fucking leave.
Some guy's lunch. Oh,
Give me an insight check.
okay. Wait. This motherfucker! Too emotionally invested.
Dr. K looks like they really don't like this person.
I can sense
Oh, so
some
yeah,
trauma in this room.
So,
I don't know if it's me this
if you're
time.
missing anything important, you're gonna have to report that. And, already on a thin ice there, bud. Dr. K just closes the door on them.
Are you is that person fucking Canadian?
What?
Is that person Canadian?
From the distant continent of Canada.
Hey, I'm closely related to a Canadian.
You're the one who's insulting them.
I know. Canadians are weird.
What?
I asked if they were Canadian. I didn't say anything about the Canadians being good.
Anyway.
This conversation's going around a path.
Anyways.
Like the fuck
You know what? Fuck it.
This whole
Come back in.
session
I'd
has been a
rather
random
talk to
path.
you.
Slams open the door.
Yeah.
It's open.
Like, well, I'm just like, I'm here to inspect everything, make sure everything's up to code, but it's really convenient that somebody broke in right before the inspection was supposed to happen. He closes the door again.
I can deal with them if you want me to.
Do you pull out the hammer?
I can.
No,
I can make him
no.
go-
I don't pull out the hammer. Why would I pull out the hammer? I pull out the giant spoon.
Do you want them to leave?
I can make them leave.
I mean, yes, but no, don't do anything to them. I
was
might
just
get in
gonna
trouble.
ask them a question.
I don't trust any question from you
Damn
and your
right.
quote-unquote sadist faps.
I don't know what you guys call it.
I was just going to send them somewhere else for a little bit.
That
just gonna ask
from
them about
you
the
is
purple
very concerning.
As
Alright,
it
guys,
should be.
I think we should head out.
I mean, to be fair, we do have the capability of making them leaving very uncomfortably into another dimension.
What the fuck? Is this your normal response to people causing trouble for you? Can we banish them, and to where?
Oh, if they were
Is-
causing trouble to us, I bring out the barrel.
The barrel?
I pull out the barrel.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Is this the thing
And I
with
activate the door.
Canadian?
Why does it still smell like help me? What the fuck?
Don't worry, it's just my daughter in there.
speaking of being other places, I think I at least have some shopping to do. I believe we had some pieces to turn in before we do that, though.
Oh yeah, I have my pieces. By the way, Isaac, I still didn't pick my pieces.
Your pieces?
Yeah? Remember that deal that we made?
Oh, that. Well, the next magic item load hasn't happened yet. I said that was for that.
Okay, fair.
And buying them isn't really a part of it if you guys go to a shop.
If you want total pieces,
Yeah,
we
have a
have
hot
13
dog.
pieces, one of them being the mall, so it might be 12.
And then you have the other thing, which you guys.
Although I get 1% cooler and 1 more ominous point by wearing the shoulder piece. Oh no, some good stats.
He's like, all right, so I'm going to walk somewhere with you guys. He opens the door. The person's still standing there. Mike, roll me an ominous check.
Oh, frig. Do I add anything to that?
You add your 1 point.
Oh, I got a 6 then.
You could, if you have, you know what, you can also add stealth because that's kind of on the same vibe.
Oh heck yeah, I'm expertise in that.
I'm sorry?
Expertise, baby.
Oh.
That'd be +7 then, so +8. So
I heard something completely different.
They give you, they just look at you like, why do you have that on your shoulder? Sorry, wrong voice. Why do you have that on your shoulder?
Go to ask you a question and also ask you about your sex life.
Oh,
spooky points.
What? Don't ask. And he just walks past them.
As we walk past, the herald turns to them and asks, just pause for a moment and asks, "Do you believe in the inevitability of the end of all things and in the coming void?"
Hopefully that's the question you're asking the group. If you're asking me in particular, I'm a robot.
No, he turned to the new guy and asked that.
I mean, we're all gonna die eventually, I guess.
Good answer. Go follow the others.
Weak.
I mean, you've heard the legend of, what is it, the Clockwork Guy? I mean, he's very in that theme.
Freaking Aquaphobius, the Clockwork Guy.
That's not at all what I was thinking about. I actually have, I don't know if I've told you guys about it, but I do have an in-game, like, myth, and it's about somebody who just people call the Clockwork Guy.
I was about to ask if the Herald had actually heard of that or not.
I'd say you probably heard a little bit about it. It's not really, it's supposedly, there are people who, you could say, try and defy death and time itself by becoming immortal. And it's a myth that anybody who becomes immortal becomes plagued by the Clockwork Guy. And essentially how it works is it's said that people who become immortal are slowly driven insane until they mysteriously vanish out on a journey.
No, that makes sense.
What do you mean it makes sense?
Given
like that.
What Harold knows about the nature of existence, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yep.
Insanity is the natural end of all things before the coming void.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's a myth that anybody who becomes immortal is that there's like small little poems of them. I don't have anything fully prepared because I lost it a long time ago, but I actually wrote something out for him. It was along the theme that people who become immortal hear constantly 24/7, every waking moment, and sometimes even in their dreams and nightmares. They hear the Clockwork Man, like, slowly, quietly, slowly getting louder, singing, like, something about how time will eventually get them. Tick-tock goes the clock, and stuff like that. That's the... I don't remember the full thing.
It's a multi-stage
Oh my god.
You can't tell me that would have been worse.
Then the myth goes is that, you know, people go insane, and eventually, legend is that they're driven insane, is that they vanish is because they go to confront him. Only one way to find out, become immortal.
Wait, I am immortal.
Don't worry, I've thought about that.
I probably could be eventually.
Hold up. Is he racist?
Or maybe it's the fact that you're very easily going to probably die from the stupid shit you do.
That son of a bitch! I'm gonna fucking kill this racist asshole!
That'd be quite the boss battle. Fighting against a myth.
Son of a bitch, I got Glock 11 on him now for that
I
shit.
love the fact that you've never been affected by him as somebody who doesn't age, and your first thought isn't, oh, he must not be real. It's that racist motherfucker! I love the... Sorry, go ahead.
I just imagine that, like, can't find him to fight him, so just goes around, like, insistently telling everyone that he doesn't exist until the world stops believing in him.
If I can't beat him physically, I'll beat him psychologically.
I think there was another right. Fun fact. I don't know. It's gonna come up probably soon as we go through the year. But in game, an event that you should all be aware of is that once a year, across the entire planet, many children go missing, just out of nowhere. Bah.
So as racist as this individual.
So it's a horrifying experience though, because I say out of nowhere, I mean it just happens same day every year, but they do see something sometimes. One or a few times people have managed to see what happens, which is a strange shadow appears and will tear through any door, no matter what it's made out of: metal, glass, wood, hardwood, you name it. It just tears through it, and once it reaches the child, poof, the child and the shadow disappear.
They should have put lamb's blood over their door.
I was thinking the same thing.
So
Fact,
what
there
legally
is-
classifies it as a child?
Age. You're
So
way
we lowered
older.
the age of them being a child. Problem solved.
Oh my god.
That
Vincent, you're
motherfucker
bored,
wants to
you're an
get
adult.
donkeys.
Here is your champagne glass.
That motherfucker wants to get children. He's gotta get them fresh out of the vagina.
Oh god. Anyways, there is a slowly rising bounty on figuring out what happened to these children, and an even bigger bonus if you can get them back. And there actually is material to work with there, which is like they every now and then a child does actually return from being this kidnapped, but you almost never remember anything, and no full evidence has come out, but there's like the pieces are there, but nobody can figure out what to do with them essentially.
The Herald would be all up for
what is
stop.
What is that one spell that we need?
Very specific.
So what were you saying, Mal?
I was just gonna say the Herald would be all up for stopping this because it is way too orderly. Once a year is just once a year, the same day every year. No, we can't have that.
It's Krampus.
Hits the person who's doing it over the head until they can't tell time, so it happens randomly.
Yeah, problem solved.
Anyways, that's just another of the things that happens. Most of the other myths are like magic items and stuff. Oh yeah, and that one about the king of a nation devouring souls, but that's something else. Anyways, going on. Dr. K is leading you all towards
The void.
no, he's not taking you all to the fucking
I wish.
void.
Yet.
Field trip.
It's better than the cotton fields.
But he leads you to another one of the rooms in the lab, and this one's a bit of a. It's got. Sorry, I should more just describe it. It's labeled. It's labeled the projector room. He takes you in, and you see it's a near fully empty room, aside from an orb in the center that's on a little pedestal. Not really my style, but you know, sometimes it can be useful. It's a little weird. You know, I'm more into the whole claws and hide. This is like some crystal ball cliche bullshit. But hey, it works. And he goes up to it, and you can see on the walls and the roof there's various runes scattered across each wall. Anybody want to give an Arcana check?
Oh well.
Sure.
I will say there's 2 different DCs for this. Gelmith. Total?
That'd be 14.
Sorry, I was
Why
distracted.
am I
Arcana
always
check, you
rolling
think?
lower than Will?
Yeah. Arcana checks. We're doing Arcana checks. There's runes on the walls and the roof and the floor of this room.
21.
Crystal orb in this. There.
Why am I always rolling
I am-
the lowest? What is going on?
I'm rolling really well tonight.
All right. So Redacted and the Herald. Gelmith, you failed both DCs. It was 15 and 20. So, you guys noticed something quite concerning.
Wait, no, I got 17. What are you talking
Oh,
about?
17. Then you passed the 15. You said 14.
I did not.
I heard 14.
I can confirm it was a 14.
Minus 1. 14.
Alright. So,
Fine.
looking around, all three of you notice is... Oh, okay. Sorry. All three of you notice is the room, and this makes sense, is plastered with illusion runes. Things to just project images based on what you put on the crystal ball, what you do with it. Most likely has something to do with, like, visualization in your head. What Hunter and the Herald notice is that there seems to be an extra rune. Everything else looks like obvious School of Illusion magic, but this one rune seems to be... You can't quite tell exactly, but it very much looks like it's from the School of Divination, and it's sort of just mixed in with the rest of the runes on the roof.
What's divination again?
The School of Magic.
Like
no shit, Sherlock.
Clairvoyance, scrying, identify, information gathering, basically.
Can be used for
Hey,
various
what's in
things.
here?
What do you say?
Hey, what's in here? Pop my head in.
It's a room full of runes that you were already looking in.
Ah, interesting.
This is the projection room. Put my hand here, and it displays what I visualize in my head. It's pretty cool, but it's a bit cliche with the whole crystal ball and stuff.
I'll get up before I make you think of something you don't want to think of.
Not how it works. I have to think of the thought clearly, then press my hand, then confirm it, and then it goes through. Anyways, he presses down, and you see his visualization of what the desert looks like. You see, looks like sand elementals, weird worm creatures, like death worms, and various other strange creatures going throughout it. Says this is what we would be dealing with.
Have a bucket of popcorn.
Anyways, based on what I've heard, somewhere near the center is where we would be finding them. And it projects an image, and it looks like there's like aberrations that are just like leaning down in the sand. Some that wouldn't normally be there. They're like from different biomes, like a vine creature's just chilling, slowly dying in the sand.
Oh,
As you do.
The Herald seems to have an unhealthy focus on that last one.
The one that's just slowly dying.
Yes.
Yeah, it's slowly decaying as the sun is overbearing it, and the heat it's not designed to take, as well as the lack of moisture in the air. So slowly its vines shrivel up and turn to dust.
Glorious.
neat.
Other than that,
Yeah.
it's wavy sand dunes all around. It doesn't
See,
seem...
this is why I hate the fucking fire dojo bitches. Sand gets everywhere. And I do mean everywhere.
Neat. Anyways, that's the... this is the purpose of the room.
It must be really inconvenient not having a spell to cleanse yourself.
I didn't say it was a problem for me.
Anyways, this is what we would be dealing with. Would you all be interested in going the expedition with me?
What's
Sure.
the likelihood of us running into other people?
I mean, considering you just learned that people are talking about this potentially and are probably planning to head there some point soon, I'd say fairly likely. My plan is I'm still going to go at the scheduled time, Because they're just gonna thin out the path of the herd for us, and we can just follow behind.
What's the likelihood of getting to destroy part of this ultimately doomed world?
I'm sorry?
Killing things.
Ah, okay. It's like it sounds like you want to blow a hole through the planet. Somebody already did that.
No, that's far too swift.
These things mortal. What's right?
That's fairly concerning. Well, we're looking around, and he shows more images of these various beasts and creatures. It's fairly likely that we're going to encounter something to fight, and then once we get there, we're probably going to have to deal with them. But the hope is that we'll be tired out, and we can just kick their shit.
Excellent.
I would recommend that you all come prepared for hot weather. Redacted, I recommend that you bring bottles of water for cooling down yourself.
You guys all just see him just like take a piece of his chest out, flip it around, and put it back in. All right, I'm ready.
What?
Oh yeah, no, that was my cooling paddle.
This is my heating panel now. Flips it back. It works
What?
very efficient.
Some supplies would need to be purchased.
And in case of emergency, it can also be used as a flotation device.
I very much doubt that.
Oh, see? He pulls a cord. No, it looks like he has boobs.
We never talked about this.
Ah, yes, female warforges.
This is... No, Hunter, no.
Good. It was a joke.
Alright, so...
So the Kardashians
He
can get
spins the orb. And it's like, from what I know, most likely they have a general idea of what's there, but they don't really know what to expect in this desert. Unless they're very perceptive, there isn't too much to glean from that report. They won't know the kind of monsters they'll have to face. They don't know when we'll get there. That report didn't say when I was going, simply that I was going to. So, in those senses, we have the advantage. Seems that really the only thing they messed with was in there, and they took the paper. So, most likely, we're in the clear. We have the most information.
Fuck it. I think that's the right word to say.
When will we be going out?
When would we go out?
Yeah.
Week and a half to 2 weeks.
I might need a gun.
I see no reason not to.
You want a gun?
Yes.
Guns are cool.
For long range options.
I mean, you already have good long range option.
I need more long range options.
I think he needs one that can hit.
Fair.
I still got the sticks of dynamite, asshole.
Oh, I'm so
yeah,
scared.
Oh yeah, you got lost that time, huh?
And it's become apparent to me in the last few encounters we've had that I need slightly more physical protection. My cloak is good against magic, but the armor I wear is less effective than I would have hoped. Something a bit heavier might be in my brain is not supplying the word. Basically, might need to get something a bit heavier.
Well, since you're offering to help with me on this, we can see we could work something out. If you want to go to the Hunters Guild that's down on the second platform going down from here, and you can get you look for a creature that you can afford that you think would be useful for an armor, you can bring me the pieces and I'll make you something.
Rock Lion.
Sounds interesting. I'll see what I can find.
Anyways.
Speaking of affording We didn't get the heart, but we did bring back some pieces. Does that get us anything for last night's work, or do we have to wait until we get the main piece?
How many pieces did you get again, Mike?
12. Without counting them all that Chief still has.
For simplicity, I don't think I can put much down right now, but he's going to go back to his room. Gonna pull something out of. He's gonna pull out a bag.
Okay.
Is like in here. There's air and nothing.
The void?
Perks up at that.
Threatens to open the bag. No, I'm just kidding. So
It's not a threat because it's the void.
it's
The void welcomes us.
I was just trying to be a little comedic. It's an empty bag. I want you to put the pieces in here.
Yeah, we can do that.
So
Here you go, here you go, here you go. There you go. There you go.
just putting that in chat for the chat log in case I forget to write it down in my notes. It's like, tell you what, I'll give you each. What happened to Teef again, by the way?
Vanished.
Died.
Not entirely sure.
Died? Okay, not sure. Died. Vanished.
Same.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Potato, kicker.
Okay, so I'll give you each, say,
Actually, if they're not coming back, I guess we can have the reward, huh? Thinking about it. Oh, and I guess we can give it them all then, huh? Too.
Hey, do we get a bonus reward if we don't bring back extra people?
what?
I mean,
The money is split up between all of you. So the less of you there are, the more each of you get individually.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Okay, so I'll give you each 900 gold right now. If you put all the pieces in the bag, I'll finish the payment once you get the rest.
Excellent. With that, I should be able to get something suitable.
I might need to break one of my rules.
Pun not intended, but appreciated.
Alright, so I'm gonna put that in chat as well. So that's all I know how much to subtract down the line. Oh, we're going to finish the session soon, of course. But first, the thing I want to cover is anybody looking for anything in between this session and next session, other than Mal with the creature thing. I'll go over that with you in a moment.
Just finding something to make the armor out of and picking up a shield. Oh, a basic shield will suffice for now.
All right, Hunter, you have anything you're looking for?
Anything? What was the fog creatures weak to?
Psychic.
Psychological?
Psychic damage, yes.
Yeah, psychic damage weapon and a gun.
Okay, Mike.
This sword tells bad puns to whoever it hits.
A psychic gun. A psychic gun. You point it at someone, pull the trigger, and it just starts shouting insults at them.
So, the offer to make things out of the creature hides is out for everyone. Of course, he'll charge a little bit if it's something really complex. So, Hunter, if you're looking for something that can cause psychic damage, you can look through magic shops, but that'd probably be really expensive. Or if you want to try and get a cheaper option, you can hunt down a creature, or you can go to the Monsters Guild as well and see if they would have some creature with psychic innate abilities and see if Dr. K can whip anything up.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go there.
All right.
Oh yeah, hey, K.
What?
Is there anything you could do with this, Fane? And I pull out the giant Fane?
Do you know what that came from?
Nope.
Like, I mean, I could take a look at it if you want to leave it here.
Best I probably can give you information-wise is probably a giant toad.
That does not look like it came from a giant toad.
Look, if I'm gonna be honest, I am expecting a viper, and at worst, well, I don't know what the worst would be.
Well, if you leave it here, I can find out what I can do with it.
Okay.
Are you looking for anything in particular?
Probably a cool scythe, maybe a cool sword. 1, 2.
Out of character, Hunter, are you interested in scythes?
I would be interested in a scythe.
Oh, well, then I have a myth that you might like.
I actually just watched a video the other night on war scythes and how they varied from the typical portrayals of scythes in media.
So, you see my logo, or like my PFP?
Mm-hmm.
That is actually something I drew. It is a weapon called God's Abandonment.
Oh.
It is, from what you can see on the image, this is a kind of a legend. It's like an item that nobody is certain exists, and if it is, it's probably like an ancient artifact. You know, like there's tales of it. Essentially, the idea is it is a scythe that was made by like an extremely powerful smith with the work of a very clever person that, though, that, funny enough, give me a history check real quick.
Okay, give me a moment. History's intelligence.
Yeah. So there's a legend is somebody who's clever and somebody who was a really great smith worked on making this, and that smith was blessed by the god of crafting, and they worked on it. But then it fell into the hands, and it was made for somebody who was abandoned by the gods, somebody who had nothing but hatred for the gods, wielded it and gained great power. It is believed that this is a weapon that is designed and was bathed in the hate of the gods themselves, and carries great power that could sever the connection of a god. That's just part of the myth. The more objective stuff, like as in things that quote unquote happened with the scythe in the legend, is it was used to keep certain gods off the back of this person, and could have been used to sacrifice the souls of hundreds of people at a time.
Oh shit.
One of the greatest legends about it was something about somebody fought a powerful being that had like 100 heads, and supposedly they spun it at high speed through it and decapitated all the heads at once.
Right.
That's really all that you get from that. Those are just the common known legends.
Interesting.
I have quite a few magic items that are kind of just legends and myths.
Legends of myths.
I said end. Anyways.
Legendary myths.
What about you, Mike?
I don't really have any body parts because I haven't gone on like a trip to look for. I forgot what he was looking for. Freaking used car shop, I think it was. Something. Cooler swords. Swing.
You want
wait?
Cool...
I took dual defeat, so I technically can just use like non-light weapons now.
Nice.
So,
are you looking for any? Tell me exactly what you're looking for, then.
Dual wield great swords.
I have to hold them in one hand, but still, yeah. Big hammer, 2 big hammers. I can dual wield.
You had 2 big hammers.
I get the whole cycle of weapons. I got slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning.
You're looking for a big hammer, but like a hammer that you can hold in one hand, or
yeah, like a light hammer, but like maybe like
a war hammer.
Like, you know how like short, long, and great swords. Looking for like maybe like the long area.
You want a medium hammer?
That's a
got
war
it.
Hammer.
Warhammer. All right.
Okay, let's get him a battle hammer.
Yeah,
battle hammer.
Bruenor.
Chainsaw sword.
So,
Also, kind of goes with the theme of force damage. Thinking about it.
A quick thing,
But
also, Harold would also drop off notes on the potions that they drank during the battles with the doctor.
Wonderful. He's not the one who handles experimental potions, but he'll hand them over to who does. The room was like like 2 down from across from his room is where they handle alchemical stuff.
All right, I think I remember them asking for notes on the effects. So
yeah, they did.
There you go.
They're like, will be really cheap. Is the idea the reason they were selling them to you is actually because they want to know what happens when you use them.
So yeah, would have handed that over.
Oh yeah, I drank a potion. Did not go well.
Oh, are you talking to somebody about it?
Sure.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah, sure. Him. He seemed like. Just tell me what happens. Yeah, the potion almost killed me.
Me?
Yeah.
The potion? I mean, it's experimental for a reason. Usually it works.
I don't know what the issue is. They worked fine for me. Wiggles tentacles.
Stop that.
I mean, I don't know what to say.
Oh, they don't work all the time, apparently.
I mean, they are experimental. Did you drink it wrong?
How was I supposed to drink it?
I mean, like you would drink a normal potion, but did you go down the wrong pipe? Did you like get queasy? You gotta be when you drink it.
Did I inhale the potion, Isaac?
I mean, knowing you potentially without realizing it.
Fair. Some voice of the void.
So it wasn't a suppository.
What?
Naughty?
The world.
Anyways, the people looking for, unless there's anything else you want to say, Mike?
Nah, I'm good.
Alright, so the people looking for monster parts. I know Hunter's looking for specifically psychic stuff, and I'm guessing Mal, you're looking for tough things?
Yeah. Pretty much not looking for like anything associated with a specific damage type, just something to generally help me with physical damage, whether it be bumping my AC or something else.
Allow me to open something. Alright, so they've got various things. They've got the permafrost from large creatures that have armor made of permafrost. They have... That's actually what was used to make Hunter's shield. Well, something similar was used, except the one that was used for that was a bit more volatile. Let's see here. They have the scales of what's called an Hydra. They have... Where is it? Right, they have the teeth and hide of what's called a Sharktopus. So, kraken leather as well.
God, the only thing I'm thinking about is that shitty movie.
That sounds up my alley, but I'm looking for something heavier than a leather, so.
All right. They have.
I'm looking for something with like plates, maybe. Well, maybe not plates, but like scales at least.
They
like the Hydra thing sounds closer to what I was looking for.
They also have, the rock lines parts. They have what was...
Well, maybe plates, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
So, they also have the scales. Well, they're kind of like scales. More of like hard shells that lap over each other from the City Terror, that thing you once caught. That has like the scorpion tails and stuff.
Ooh. Let's try those.
How
much do they want for some of that?
For the amount that you think you'd probably need, like 400 to 500. G.
I'll pay 500 just to make sure I get enough.
All right. They do say this. They also give you the stinger.
All right. Maybe the doc can make me a dagger or something with that.
All right.
Or maybe he can use it for one of the other's weapons.
All right. So do you bring that to him?
Yeah. As far as a basic shield goes, would that just be 10 GP like in the player's handbook?
Yeah.
I will also pick up one of those on the way back.
All right. So we're gonna go to Hunter. Hunter, you're looking for psychic stuff?
Yeah. Psychic stuff and guns.
Oh, there's again it's in your experience from what you've seen, it may sound like it, but due to your personal experience, you know that this isn't psychic. Is the eyes of the Hydra? Is you know that they, when used, they actually just projected force damage. There is, well, if you're looking for psychological warfare, they have still alive in cages, loafs of loathing.
What?
So,
Bread.
do you ask them what that is?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, here, let me show you. And they open the cage and they pick up a loaf of bread. They say, touch it.
Bulk.
It feels like bread.
Sad now.
It looks like
Okay.
bread. It smells like bread. Nothing's odd about it. He moves around. It kind of moves like bread. Then he takes his finger and he flicks it on the bottom. And all of a sudden, it elongates a little bit and shows that the bread was like an exterior shell and that it's actually like a giant cockroach.
No.
Consume.
Do you dare challenge me? I have no gag reflex.
So, you're interested in buying this?
Not right now. I need psychological.
And he puts it back in the cage. And I'm like, all right, well, let's see here. Psychic. You know, those are fairly rare. Go towards a roster instead. Like, it might not be something they have on hand at the moment. He's like looking through what they have access to. We've got some. She recently got a shipment of a few pieces of what's known as the it's nicknamed the Mindbreaker.
Mm-hmm.
What it comes from, nobody remembers.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Didn't break their mind.
These things happen. Nicknamed the Mindbreaker. Nobody can remember where it came from. For obvious reasons. But it's very expensive.
Oh, expensive.
You see he goes to the back, he brings out, and he's wearing like thick gloves. Is what seems to be a little bit like a chopped off limb. It's very long. It's got hands, but long, thin. It looks a bit slimy. And looking at it, kind of in your head, it causes a small pain and weird, like, looking at it feels wrong. This piece alone costs around like 2,000.
Is there anything like any pieces smaller?
Theoretically, we could just chop this in half.
Would that bring the price down?
Yes.
Then yeah, I need this to also be weaponized as well.
You're gonna want the claw hand. That's gonna be 1,100 gold. That's the most valuable part.
I can deal with that.
All right. You have a claw of the Mindbreaker.
Cool.
My mind is broken.
Do you bring that to Dr. K?
Yeah.
Like, well, shit. Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah.
I have a Gowdred one once. I don't remember it.
So, I was kind of thinking.
And
So, can you make this, like, some form of shooty type of weapon, or...
I mean, theoretically, maybe, but I had the claw. I think I could do something with just the claw to match what you're looking for.
What are you thinking?
Now, I'm going to DM you what the name would be, and I think from that, you'll know what I'm going for.
Let's see if you're right.
What if you understand what I'm going for?
Yeah.
I'm calling it now. It's a claw shot.
That was an idea I had, but nah.
You just gonna sound like a fucking image.
No, I'm typing something out. It could have things other than just what I described, but that's just the overall concept. Great stream. You better come see me when you're done. You know, I've decided I'm going to pass out instantly when I hit end stream. Because that's a choice I've made.
Speaking of when you end stream, raid someone or something.
That's a great reminder if anybody I know is streaming.
That could work. That could work.
I'm probably going to eat some ice cream and then follow suit.
Not allowed. Aw. Oh wow, they changed some things.
So, can you make the blade retractable?
Well, like so it fires out?
No. So, like, say if I put it around here, kind of like points.
I mean, naturally, it kind of would be. It wouldn't be physical.
So you're saying I can activate it if it's on my wrist?
Theoretically, yes.
Ooh. I like that. Now, I'll take that. Where would I go to get a gun?
You wanna cheap, expensive, extra magic, normal magic, experimental. Which one?
See,
experimental's cheaper.
Experimental's cheaper? I could go for experimental. That's a loophole.
He directs you to what's referred to as the firearms department.
I'll be back for my thing in a bit.
So, it's completely quiet. You hear no noise coming from the door. The instant you open it, you hear the instant you open the door, you can now hear the people, and you hear somebody yelling, "What the fuck? What the fuck? No! Put that down! Put that down!" Okay, good. Next time, when I say don't touch it, don't touch it. And you see is a 5 foot tall, what is it? I don't have a name for them yet. Fuck, I forgot. Essentially, imagine a Yeti, but the backside is covered in permafrost, which is like natural armor. Okay.
Would I recognize this type of race?
Yes.
Wait, when I know this individual,
Roll me a D100.
I swear to God, if he's one of the members from the dojo.
Say 80 or above.
Oh, so close.
You're like, oh, hi, how can I help you?
Hi, I'm here to hopefully get an experimental gun. And probably one for my dog.
All right,
You look familiar.
cool. I don't leave much. Anyways, so, what kind of gun you looking for?
I'm somewhat new to firearms. As you can tell, I come from the ice dojo.
Ice, you like ice? Ice your theme?
Very much.
Okay, boy, do I have the gun for you. Gonna like reach down into like a cabinet under this like little island. What's the word? Island counter that's just there for like putting things down for showing. He pulls out what looks like ice that was shaped into a handgun form. This doesn't work. He throws it and it shatters against the wall.
I mean, it was well crafted. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I broke it because asshole. Anyways, you see somebody in the distance look sad. This is the gun, and he puts it down, and it looks like a bit tube-ish. Like the handle's circular, it goes up, but it's all well crafted metal, like stamped properly and everything, well polished. But the barrel's very tubular, and you see an empty slot is on the side of it. All right, this right here is a very nice gun. You can put various things in it. A lot of them won't work because you're supposed to put something specific in it.
Specifically what?
Okay, so he reaches down again and pulls out, looks like shards of ice. Like, this is ice.
Starting to famous saying.
Flicks it. He's like, I meant to grab something else. He pulls out something that's like a perfect cylinder, same style of metal, but you can see is what it looks like. It has a weird light blue energy in it, and it's kind of got a little bit of a cold mist coming off of it. He puts it in there, cocks it back, and is like, you want to see how it shoots?
Sure.
He points it at the back wall, pulls the trigger, and one moment. It fires.
Oh.
Roll a d10. Fires.
It hits the wall, and you see that it immediately grows into a large patch of ice that spreads out for like 5 feet from where he shot it, coats in ice.
Ooh.
Now, the experimental gun works wonders, does great, occasionally doesn't fire, occasionally backfires, and you see the barrel falls off. That's fine. That's supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like a weird knife. There's like a sharp piece of metal where it was resting on that's now there.
So yeah, I want something that's more reliable, that won't fall apart on me mid-combat.
Well, fuck you.
Hey, I'm not the one trying to sell sketchy guns.
You're not the one who came to I'm not the one who came to an experimental room.
Fair, but I'm also going to a desert.
Perfect. That's great. We'll keep this from getting too cold. If this thing gets too cold, it starts to bend and warp a little bit, and by that I mean it gets really stiff and things fall apart very easily. In the heat, though, it'll counteract, probably warp it for the better, make it so that it doesn't fall off.
That makes sense.
You're not here.
That's not how
Warp
metal
is-
works.
It's not metal. It's ice, quote unquote.
No, that gun got shattered. That was a joke. It was just a card. This is made of metal. Well, you see, falls off easily, but now imagine that it got really cold and suddenly really hot because of the desert. That causes the metal to bend and warp a little bit. Bam! Suddenly it doesn't come off.
So, what
Can I
you're saying
say I
is,
love this guy?
what you're saying is, I can easily just put some adhesive on it; it'll be fine.
Probably.
Toto, come here.
It can accept other types of rounds too. He grabs another round. He puts it up to the gun. Realizes the barrel fell off. Fuck! 1 second.
Do you need some tape?
1 second. He just like slaps it back onto the sharp piece of metal. Bam! Good as new. Takes it around, puts it in, fires it. Let's see. It fires! You see, hits the wall, and instead of turning to ice, a piece of the wall dissolves away as he fired an acid round. These, he like holds the gun up and says, "See, lots of diversity. It's originally meant for ice rounds. That was the original idea, cryo rounds. But I was like, that's lame. Why don't we give it some diversity? I mean, we're already short on our diversity quota for the hirement rates this year, right? Get it? Anyways, and the gun falls apart again. That's normal.
Again.
It doesn't handle acid very well. It kind of dissolves the metal. But that's fine. That can be worked around. By that, I mean, we can just fix it every time.
If this wasn't a test thing, then I would be so sketched out by this guy.
I am somewhat suspicious of you. I am not gonna lie.
What do you mean suspicious? Look, did you read the sign? He gestures to above the door behind you.
I know, but last time I trusted someone right off the bat, it turns out they just knocked out the guy that actually worked here.
Like, oh, knocking people out. Glad you asked. He grabbed another gun and says, "Watch this!" And he shoots himself in the head and he falls unconscious. You see his coworkers go, "What the fuck? Did he do it again? Did he do it again? How many times is he gonna?"
So whatever again was.
They kick him, and he like immediately springs up. He hops up. He's like, "See, that was fine. I'm very relaxed.
I could have robbed you."
You're made of wood and metal.
Made of metal, but fair point.
Where am I? Right! Experimental guns! We got this great. Where'd the ice gun go?
I have no idea. You had it last.
It broke.
Unless if Howard took it.
You're like, wait, I have a solution.
Oh?
He's like, speaking of solutions, and he grabs a fucking shotgun. It just looks like a shotgun. This thing.
What is it?
He pumps it. He's like, it does that. That's all.
Okay. Do you have other gun? What is that called? I want something like that.
It's called the Intimidator. It does not fire bullets. It just pumps. But it's
is there
very
one
scary.
That does fire bullets?
I don't know.
Don't you make the guns?
Yes. I don't make normal guns. Wait, you're talking about guns? You're looking for guns? Well, you came to the right place. He goes to a different part of the room, goes through a cabinet, pulls out what looks like essentially like a sawed-off shotgun. He goes, "This! Made of chocolate." Takes a bite. Breaks his teeth. Ah, fuck, it's not chocolate!
Toto is holding back laughter by this point.
And looks at it, like, what the fuck is this? Is this a real shotgun? He points it to the roof, pulls the trigger, and it fires, and it falls to the ground. He goes, "Ow, what the fuck?"
I'll take that.
Like, no, I don't think this is supposed to be here. He picks it up, looks at it. Oh, it's that one.
Which one's that one? Because I might want that one.
He puts it to his head and pulls the trigger.
Healing bullet. Let's go.
And he like goes flying into the fucking wall. He's like, ah, my head. What are we talking about again?
The shotgun.
Right.
I want that
That
one.
pushes people. It doesn't really hurt that much.
I think I can find ways to make it hurt
Alright,
people.
So you're like, wait, another thing. You like guns? He pulls off what looks like a sniper rifle. And he like folds the barrel up, pulls it upward, and it turns into like a sheath that unsheathes a sword. Now you see, I know what you're thinking. Sword? Thought this was a gun. Well, it's also a gun. He flips it back down while the sword's still out. It's like, watch this! And he fires it and just fires the mini small sword into the wall. He's like, I call it sword gun.
Okay.
But I know what you're
Sword's
thinking.
good.
What's the point of that? What am I going to do to reload it? Good question. We haven't figured that out yet.
I can have a solution in a few levels.
And he throws that to the ground. The coworkers go, bro, can you stop throwing them on the ground? He goes, no, fuck you. He grabs one last thing. It's like, all right, this is my favorite gun. He holds out and he offers it to you to try it out. And now imagine a gun. Like take a regular handgun. Now, make it so that instead it was a bit more of like a circular cone shape, the barrel being the end of the cone, and with spikes of like black metal jutting out and upward.
Okay.
Like, all right, what I want you to do.
It's a Halo gun.
I don't know what do you mean a Halo gun?
That stupid, like, alien Halo gun.
The needler.
Oh, the needler. No, not like that. Like, kind of like coming off of the barrel as it goes up are sharp jet black pieces of metal going outward. Like you could cut somebody with that. You're like, all right, so you're looking for a gun. Take that gun, aim it, and I want you to do this. I want you to aim it at this. And he holds up a small sphere of ice. Now shoot it.
Okay. Fire.
Okay, so you know there's like TikTok videos and stuff out there where like you inject something into a ice ball that's full of water.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like that. You see as a dark black round goes straight into the ice, and you see as a dark, foggy like cloud of black starts to spread throughout it. That slowly like keeps spreading and spreading until the ice starts to crack and it explodes outward, and when you think it's gonna spread, suddenly it all instantly freezes. I need you to roll me a con save.
Oh, shit. I made first half, not gonna lie.
Yeah. DC 13.
By 1 point.
Did you fail?
No.
You succeeded?
Yeah.
Nice. So you see is that you fired it, but then you realize the handle and the gun, it looks like it handled an intense, weird, like, delayed ice blast. That kind of also, I mean, you can't feel it because you're Warforged this part, but essentially it's a mixture of, like, the coldness of cold, but also the coldness of death. But just the feeling you get from it. It's not like actual death magic, it just looks and feels like an experience of a part of your body dying. But you see that it's not designed to like insulate it, so it spreads to your hand a little bit. But you like just shake it off a little bit as your hand was almost frozen.
Interesting.
That's one of my favorites.
I like it. So, what is the black part of this?
You talking about the barrel?
I'm also talking about the round that was shot into the ball, but yeah, that too.
Oh, so essentially, that's kind of a visual effect, and I don't know what really causes it. Sort of just happened. So I took this thing. I took a bullet. I injected it with the same thing that cryo round had. But then I was like, fuck it. What if I also, and I grabbed a random thing without looking, injected it, and that's what it made.
You're the grandson of Timmy.
Who?
Never mind.
Anyways, essentially, that little black fog is simply it expanding to the point that it can before it suddenly collapses in on itself and juts back out with a blast of freezing energy, which usually in water causes ice. On other things, it's not so enjoyable.
I mean, you are talking to me, and that's slightly offensive, but to be fair, I also like this gun.
So, what I think causes the black effect is more of, I don't exactly know how to describe it, but I swear you're not going to hell because of it. A lot of people say that when they use that gun. You're the third person who shot it. You're the first one to survive without needing healing.
Oh, trust me, it's not my first rodeo with powerful ice things.
Right.
Toto can agree.
But also, would you be interested in anything else? I have other guns to show you. That one can hurt sometimes. It often freezes your hand and your arm. It explodes. It's kind of painful.
So good I can repair myself.
But, know what you're thinking. If it's so dangerous, how can it be useful? Well, you see, it's also dangerous to your enemies. For instance, he wants to look. He's asking you to hand him the gun again.
Sure.
He takes the gun. He's like, for instance, it can do this, and he puts it to his head.
Okay, you might want to stop doing that.
Does he have a concussion?
He puts it back down and goes, I'm just fucking with you. It's a little joke of the business. I'd never shoot myself in the head with something. At least I don't think I would. I don't really remember. Anyways, John, what? You know how you said I'm an idiot? I never said that. Well, fuck you! And he shoots him in the arm. Yeah, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? Oh, it doesn't hurt. You know what? That's because it's a blank. Oh, really? No, it's a delayed shot, remember? Oh, fuck! And his arm freezes. Oh, what the fuck? Calm down, calm down. You know it's temporary. No, the other gun's temporary. Oh, well, shit. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. 1 second.
How much?
He grabs another gun, shoots him in the arm again. What the fuck, man? Stop shooting me. This is the healing gun.
What does that one
Why
work?
do my veins feel on fire? Oh, this is the agony gun. Sorry. 1 second.
How much is that one as well?
1 second. Here it is. He shoots him in the arm. It hurts him again. He goes, motherfucker, we don't have a healing gun. Oh, yeah.
I have healing magic.
Oh, that'd be really helpful.
Okay, cool. Pulls a hammer. No.
But
I actually have some healing. I do have some healing magic.
Okay, are you going to heal him?
Yes.
You're like, thank you for handling that.
Yep.
Anyways, what are you interested in?
Run dice. I'll take the the delay ice fireball. That was pretty fucking cool. Also, do you have anything for puts Toto on table for my dog Toto?
He looks at him. Like, not really my area of specialty. But what if he reaches into...
Please, weasel gun.
No, he reaches into a back cabinet, pulls out some large tube-like weapon that he puts on his shoulder. Like, all right.
Toto shoulder?
So, this thing. He's mounting it on his shoulder first. This thing. Now, okay, I know what you're thinking. Big. How is it gonna fit? I'll make a smaller version. But imagine if you could just do this. And he fires it and he flies back into the fucking wall really hard. You hear a... and he's like, ah, fuck. But you see the opposite wall has this condition on it now called a giant fucking hole.
Toto looks somewhat excited and yet confused at the same time.
Like, I call this the kablooey. So what I did is I took a
we call
bomb.
that temporary setback.
I took a bomb.
Solution.
I put it at the back of this, and then I put another bomb in, and then I ignite both of them at once, and usually it works.
So, why don't you use rockets?
The fuck's a rocket?
It's like an explosion, but it travels for longer.
You're talking about nonsense. I'm the expert here. Rockets aren't really a thing, Hunter.
That's why I said it so vaguely.
That's not vague. That's barely just a description of what a rocket is. It's not a scientific description, but still.
I
Anyways.
mean, it's vague.
Alright, so, know what you're thinking. Can't possibly top this. Well, I have one last gun. He grabs the last gun, and it looks weird. It looks like it's bronze and has like a weird bowl facing outwards. It says, I call this the fuck you.
Okay.
You want to see what it does?
Sure.
He puts it to his head.
Oh boy.
He pulls the trigger, and it screams extremely loud in the direction he pointed it. And he's like, ah! Can't fucking hear anymore, but that's what it does!
What?
What?
If you'll give the guns to me for free, say what?
I can read lips!
Funny. The mask covers my lips.
Okay, sometimes it doesn't work. I can hear you.
Bitch.
There's issues with all of these guns. They're all experimental. I mean, the only gun we got that actually works is this one. And he picks up what looks like a very sleek red gun, points it to a wall, pulls the trigger, and it fires out a small beam that just cuts into the wall immediately like a laser beam. Because I don't really like it.
Ooh.
Anyways, and he throws it into a grinder.
Wait. Before you throw that.
It's already gone.
Oh,
you hear
damn.
the sounds of it being ripped apart.
Well, I was gonna offer you a good amount of money for that one.
Nah, that's boring.
To you, it might be boring. To me, that's cheat code.
It's cheating.
Infinite warfare, my ass.
Alright, so, you're interested in the jet black gun?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, it's a very good gun. It's a very good gun, but it's experimental. So, you take notes on what happens with it, you describe accurately how it works, how it affects people, how effective it is, you know, all that stuff. It'll only cost you 1 second. He goes over and he grabs, like, a board, flips through it. Ah, yes. These are words I can read. Brad, just shot me in the fucking arm. I'm not helping you. Help me or you're fired. You don't have that power. I'll shoot you again. Okay. He goes over, looks like 1,500 gold.
15. See, that's pretty expensive for a gun that could kill any...
Your enemies, you're right.
Well, it would also be very expensive to, you know, get rid of all the information if I died in combat while I'm out. So are you really willing to take that risk?
Are you saying we just shouldn't sell it?
I'm just saying lower the price a little bit. Because, you know...
If anything, the point you kind of just made says that I should charge more. You said, what if you don't come back? That's worse for me.
It's worse for me. I have a family.
Probably.
Looks you up and down.
Yes, we can breed.
Not what I meant.
Shut up.
Press X to doubt.
Fuck off!
Yeah, a lot of doubt in here.
Super awkward.
All right. So, I do have one last thing to show you.
Okay.
It's another shotgun-like design. Sets it down in front of you and says, "Why did you pick it up and give it a shot?"
Okay.
You pull the trigger, and a flag pops out that says, "No price changes."
Hold on. Let me shoot it again. If I've seen the Joker well enough, I know that this thing actually shoots.
Roll me a d10. You pull the trigger again, and it fires out what seems to be a strange mist that touches everything in the area you fire it at.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah. I made that one just like an hour ago. I don't really know what it does yet. And as he says that,
Oh no.
the entire area that touch starts to glow very brightly. He's like, "That's probably fun." I need a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I'm keeping this one. 13.
Any bonuses?
No.
Alright, one moment.
Actually, hold on. Ouch.
You take that much damage.
Okay. He kind of gets back and coughs. Toto, you good?
Did you just cough?
Well, yeah, it got into the fucking filter system.
You have lungs?
Technicality, yes and no.
Anyways. Yeah, that's a cool thing.
How much for this one?
800.
I can do 800.
Good thing that's the price.
Alright. So, the name of this gun is Spray and Pray.
I love it. See, the second you said miss, I was like, fuck, this is not gonna end well. Something shitty's about to happen. And, yep. Okay, Spray and Pray.
For a moment, I thought he was going to summon one of the fog creatures.
I mean, that would have its uses.
Dogg. God. I remember when I used to be a nice cruncher.
So, how this works is you roll a d10 when you fire it, and something random will happen where you sprayed.
Okay, so is it like set per number or?
At the moment, it's not fully set, but I will have a table.
So what type of shotgun is this? Double barrel or single barrel?
Pump action. Single barrel.
Pump at. There are double barrel pump actions.
I said single barrel afterwards.
Okay, fair.
But instead of it's like a fucking water gun.
The more you pump, the harder it shoots.
Every round you spend pumping it, the longer the range gets.
Wait, what happens if I pump it before combat?
As a max.
Yippee-ki-yay, bitch. What's its max range?
Max range is about 100 feet.
That's deadly.
But, sometimes it explodes. Sometimes it just makes them glow. Sometimes it makes them itchy.
Can I at least get the list of what it may or may not do?
Not yet. They're not all decided yet.
Okay, fair. Well, thank you. Have a good day and stay safe.
All right, so Mal.
Yes.
You know you're gonna have to deal with that guy later, but for now,
Not today.
Yeah, for now, you got what was the hide from?
The City Destroyer.
The City Terror. Right. So you bring that to Dr. K.
The Scorpion thing. Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Yeah, I could do something with this. What kind of armor are you looking for?
Something a bit heavier than just the leather I've been wearing. Looking for at least a breastplate, possibly some extra protection on the limbs, if that can be arranged. Basically, breastplate or half plate. Also, they threw in the stinger as well. If you can make something out of that or add it to one of my companion's weapons.
All right. I can make something out of that. Yeah. Yeah. And he'll start working on some armor for you.
Awesome. I will just keep wearing my studded leather until he finishes that.
Yeah, since, Hunter was dealing with one of the insane people who handle experimental firearms. Yeah, I forgot what I said and what I was going to say. My mind sort of just blanked for a moment.
Well,
yeah, it's getting late.
That helps.
I like my head trailed off because I saw something in chat. It was like somebody in my family was like, "You better come down here afterwards just to talk," and I was like, "Ah, sure, maybe." Anyways, Mike, is there anything you're looking for?
Big hammer goes smash.
There is.
I don't know.
I don't think you can afford it, but there is an item called the Hammer of Crashing. The bigger the area it affects when you crash into the ground, causing a big damaging crater.
Does it require a crash?
It can be used normally, but it does require a crash. Theoretically, you could just throw it, though.
I was thinking that too, but what if I the hammer hit the ground, but not me per se?
It also makes you immune to the fall damage.
Okay.
So you become the crashing object.
Sounds pretty helpful on me. On big setups in big open areas. Heck, I'll check that out.
Very expensive. It's it's near legendary.
All right. I'm assuming I can't afford it then.
Yeah, it's 89,000 gold. And that's if you find one of the places that sells it for cheap. And those usually aren't the best. I mean, its scaling is insane. You could fall from a few thousand feet in the air and it'd still make a difference. Theoretically, you could use it to destroy a city. People don't like it.
So what did I miss?
Hammer of Crashing. But you all think about that. Send me anything you're looking for. I'll work on the stuff that you all got since this session. I think I'm going to end it here.
Okay.
Oh shit! It's 1:50 a.m.
Yeah, I didn't know if you knew what time it was or if I should say something.
I was starting to fade in and out. So, good time to call it.
Yeah, so, anybody watching, thank you for watching. Anybody watches or watch, thank you for doing so. Have a wonderful day. Please consider joining the Discord and stuff like that. Please consider following it or